Yo! Today I got a very fun Jarvan video for you guys. I played Jarvan support, and that's kind of weird because Jarvan isn't really a support. I will show you in this video like the build and why this works, and then I will go over the gameplay. You can of course skip to the gameplay if you just want to see that. But yeah, now let me quickly explain why I like to play Jarvan support. It's because like his abilities actually do some things that support players actually want. So the first ability will actually shred armor of enemies, so it reduces the armor of enemies hit by 10%, which is quite nice. Then your second ability will slow enemies around you and give you a shield. And then your third ability will actually give people around the spear that you throw attack speed. So when you're playing with an ADC that benefits from more attack speed, this is actually really good. And then of course your ultimate will actually trap people, so it's very easy to lock someone down, kill them, and get an easy kill. And now the build, which is again kind of weird. I'm playing with Rylai's and Imperial Mandate and Spectral Sickle, so I'm not going full tank. I am actually going for these AP items because with this build, what you're doing is you're actually just slowing the enemies all the time. So if you get Rylai's, your first ability will slow, your second ability already slows, and your third ability will slow. And then with Imperial Mandate, all your abilities will give these stacks to the enemy, and other people can proc it, and then they deal some additional magic damage. And because these are AP items, you can also go for Spectral Sickle. This is an item that gives you adaptive attack damage or ability power based on what your champion has more of. And with these items, your ability power is actually more than your AD, so yeah, you can just keep poking in lane with your third ability, which has a pretty long range and pretty decent damage, especially if you level it up early. So yeah, let me just quickly go into practice mode and show you how this actually works, and then we can watch the gameplay. Again, just skip to the gameplay if you just want to see it. We're in practice mode right now. For this we are actually focusing just on the Rylai's and the Imperial Mandate and how these work with Jarvan's abilities. So your first ability will now slow them, and they will also give them an Imperial Mandate proc. So if I do it again, you can see they are slowed. They get an Imperial Mandate proc, and I'm also playing with Aerie, by the way, the rune summon Aerie, because this will actually also give your allies, if I do this, it will actually also give them a shield. I don't know exactly how this works or why, but when I just go near him, my Aerie will actually go to him and shield him, so yeah, benefit. And especially in lane you can poke them, so your Aerie will usually fly to them and deal some extra damage. So yeah, you have now these two abilities that will slow them, and of course your second ability already slows them, so you can see they will get this Imperial Mandate proc. If I do it again, as you can see, my Aerie flew to him, deals damage, and they get slowed, so they get the Imperial Mandate proc, which is really nice. So in lane you just constantly want to keep throwing that ability. And of course, if you jump to it again with your first ability, you will go through them and you will actually knock them up, which is really nice as a support player. So if you throw your spear behind him and use your first ability to get to your spear, you will jump to your spear and every enemy between that line is actually knocked up. And you can reactivate this ability very quickly if you have your first ability already up, and you can just tap your third ability, and then you will fly to it. So very strong, and most importantly just very fun. So so yeah, just yeah, enjoy the gameplay. Yo, we are playing Jarvan support with the items I just explained. So for everyone who skipped that part, I'm not playing Jarvan with a full tank. I'm actually just playing Jarvan with Imperial Mandate and Rylai's. And yeah, it's kind of weird, but it actually works. I wouldn't say it's quite good or anything, but yeah, you can try it out if you want to have some fun, if you want to try something else. The main thing you do, you start with your third ability, And as you can see, it deals quite a lot of damage, and it has a long range. And for your for the enemies, it's quite hard to dodge because it has a really quick cast time or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but as you can see, if I do it again, it comes very quickly down to the ground. So it's pretty easy to hit, and if you can hit it consistently, you can actually deal a lot of damage. So yeah, this is just how you lane. You just try to hit them with your third ability, and with your third ability you can also proc your Spectral Sickle to get those extra gold stacks. Yeah, that's all we're doing right now. And as you can see, Ezreal's already getting really low. Now a thing that can be a problem right here is your mana, because you are spamming your third ability so much. I'm actually not even upgrading my second ability yet because I want to deal a little bit more damage, and the second ability right now isn't really necessary because they are not really gonna get close to us or anything. So as you can see, my mana is getting a little bit of a problem, so you have to go back quite a few times, I think. Also, something you have to be very careful about is when you have your spear like on the ground and you want to poke them with your first ability, you have to be careful that you're not accidentally like what's it like when you have your spear down and you use your first ability, you will actually fly to your flag or spear or whatever. So yeah, when you do that, you have to watch out that you don't accidentally like go somewhere you didn't want to go, which can happen, and I think it happened to me, but I don't know exactly when. So unfortunately, I had to go back because of my mana, and our team got ganked, but it's still 1-1, so it's not really that big of a deal. I know my Jhin wants to go back because he doesn't really have mana anymore. So I'll quickly push the wave, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back right now as well. I started with the belt item to get some health, and now getting the other component, which is just some more AP. So in lane, we can look at it to see how much damage my third ability now deals, but you'll be surprised because it actually deals quite a lot of damage. Of course, it's not really smart to use it on the tank if you are playing against a tank, and of course if you're playing against enchanters who can heal your ADC back up, it's also, yeah, maybe not as good. But in this situation we are against what's it called, Pike, so he can't really heal his ADC, and he himself isn't really that tanky, so. And we're going back again. And I am leveling up my third ability to the max. So our whole team is fighting in mid lane, and I was not really paying attention, so. But they are winning, I think. Vi and Vega were very low, so that was an easy double kill for Pike. I use my first ability to get close, then I use my ultimate to trap him, and we kill him. I wasn't really used to playing Jarvan yet, by the way, so when you use your ultimate, you will put up this wall, right? And when you tap your ultimate again, you will actually make the wall go down. So you really need to try to use that effectively, so that not your ADC or someone else gets trapped inside your wall when you don't want that to happen. Let's see if he can finish it off Ezreal. I have an item ready and we're starting Drake, and this seems like a bad idea, and I thought so as well, but I have my ultimate up in like a few seconds, and if I can trap the Rengar, then it should be fine actually. So Pyke is here now and Rengar is here. So I actually just trapped Rengar and he had to flash out. So we did die and the plan didn't really work out that well because yeah, we should have just backed earlier. I should have just got my item and not really tried to force anything like this. But as you can see, when you play a champion like Jarvan, you have to see who you want to use your ultimate on, because your ultimate is a very strong tool. And in this case, if I can use it on the Rengar before we're starting a Drake or anything, yeah, we can just trap him, kill him, and then do the objective ourselves. So really strong ability, especially as a support player, and you really have to make use of it. I have no idea what Jhin is here. We're just chilling and trying to get this Herald, but 4 people shouldn't really be necessary. Now Vi wants to get this turret, and now she doesn't, so. As you can see, did you see my damage there on the Renekton? And Renekton is pretty tanky himself, but with my third ability fully upgraded and Rylai's, I'm actually dealing quite a lot of damage. So that's the whole power of this build. Hit your third ability, poke them down, slow them. Yeah, I didn't really expect the Pyke here, but with my... Ooh, I flashed out of his ultimate. That was low. That was pretty good. So he didn't get the reset on his ultimate, didn't kill me. And he still got me. Oh man, I hate Pyke sometimes. And Jhin should be able to just hold his own against Ezreal, and he even kills him. So this Jhin was actually really good. I just really like it if you're playing with a support that doesn't really need me, because Pyke is a support that will roam, right? So I also have the option to roam. Like I can stick in lane, get this turret and help Jhin, but Jhin really can hold out on his own and he's just fine. So he got the turret. Don't really need to be there, so I'm just gonna look at the map and see where I can do something. This was definitely not a very strong decision by me though, because I'm roaming top, and although Ezreal and Pyke, I saw them top, and I'm pinging like I need help, because I don't want them to get the top turret for free. Use my ultimate on Pyke there, which also maybe wasn't really the best decision, but that's fine. I'm using my meteor to actually try to clear the minions, but it doesn't really deal that much damage, so couldn't get there unfortunately. He had to force his flash. The whole enemy team is trying to get mid lane, so I'm backing, but again way too late. So this whole thing here, that's just... Those were just macro decisions that were not very good by me. I should have just stick with one plan and not really like walked in the jungle and do nothing. Like I've warned you guys in a lot of videos of mine before that if you're doing nothing, you're really doing nothing. So it's not good. You have to have a plan. You have to know like, okay, I'm gonna stick in the mid lane or stick here or walk with this enemy or something like that. Yeah, this is what I meant. Like I threw down my spear and then yeah, used my first ability, which and then I was just launched into their turret, which was not a good idea. And that can happen sometimes, so you definitely have to look out for that. Again, I didn't even know my flag was still there. Like, yeah. So for some reason I didn't see my flag there or forgot that I'd thrown it there. So That's why I flew over there. I just wanted to poke him, but yeah. So don't make these mistakes when you're playing Jarvan support with Imperial Mandate and Rylai's. And also maybe don't play this in ranked. Just try it out in PvP, and if you're getting really comfortable or think this is, whoa, this is so super good, you can of course try it, but I barely play Jarvan and I don't know. I thought it was just funny. I guess if my ADC wasn't this good, then yeah, I probably would have lost big time. So right now we're going for Drake again. I see Rengar coming here. I tried to like trap them. We did kill the Rengar. Let's see. I think he can kill me, but no, the pike kills me. Yeah, with me and Veigar, we should be able to like use our ultimates, trap a lot of people, and then Malphite can come on and use his ultimate. Maybe even Jhin can use his ultimate because they're all trapped. So as you can see, he's very good. So it is a really good combo that we have. It's just that we haven't really pulled it off yet. So let's see if we can do it right now. If I actually stole it, so that's very, very good.
Ally slain.
Free money. One of the things I really hate about this game, and it hasn't really gotten any better, is that whenever like I'm playing a support that hasn't gotten a really good like a wave clear, we just lose turrets like in the bot lane and in the top lane just for free. Like we're giving them free turrets just because the minions are taking them all. And if our mid laner or Baron laner or ADC would have just walked up to the lane, cleared the wave, then those turrets would still be alive. And this happens so many times. And if you relate, please put a comment down below and tell me why, if you play ADC or something or mid lane, like why do you not just go to the lane and clear the wave? Like it's not really, you get gold, you save turrets. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Like sometimes this game just feels like Aram. Like ranked mode just feels like Aram sometimes. Like after 10 minutes everybody just goes to the mid lane. And even in Grandmaster it still happens, so I don't think it's an elo issue. I think it's just a mobile issue or something. Like people just want to make kills and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, sorry for the little rant. It's just something that annoys me a lot. That's why I like playing champions like Aurelion Sol. You can just fly to a lane, clear the wave and fly back. I actually have another Aurelion Sol video, because on my channel there's one video with like almost 40,000 views, which is just absolutely insane, and it's an Aurelion Sol video. So yeah, I made another one, or I am making another one, and it's a very good one, so I hope you guys will enjoy that as well. Also another tip for playing Jarvan, when you're taking down turrets, throw down your spear, because your spear gives your enemies or your allies attack speed, so it helps with clearing out turrets. Also in team fights, if there's a team fight, just make sure your flag is somewhere on the ground to give your allies that attack speed. Ooh, I couldn't really ult him, so I flashed and then ult. But Rengar has so much sustain. Knock him up so Jhin can actually easily kill him. almost have my meteor up again. It wasn't even necessary. Yeah, I'm pinging like I want to do Baron, but I guess they're still here. Oh, that hurt. The Pyke wants me. No. Oh man, he was so close. I was afraid he had his ultimate, or I would just like basic attack him or something, but I was just afraid of his ult, so I was just running away. In this game I also chose to get Frozen Heart as my main tank item, because we are playing against Renekton and Rengar. And also, like, Ezreal doesn't really matter, like Frozen Heart isn't really that good versus Ezreal, I think. Although he does get more attack speed when he hits an ability. So maybe it is actually a good choice against Ezreal. And versus Pyke I would say also. Like Pyke mostly relies on his ultimate, of course, and his abilities. But when he's close he does basic attack to like armor shred or whatever. So yeah. Frozen Heart is just an absolutely insane tank item against this comp. I'm just trapping Ezreal to save the Baron. And as you can see, look at this damage. Just that third ability, I hit it like 2 or 3 times and yeah, it did so much damage. So this Jarvan support build is actually just very strong versus like single target enemies, because Jarvan is very good at singling out one enemy and trapping them with his ultimate, or like as you saw there, like there was just one Lux, so I could just go in, knock her up, stuff like that, and then Jhin could finish her off. So I believe Jarvan is very strong against teams that aren't really looking for team fights and are more just looking at like if they have like a lot of assassins and maybe a Baron laner that just split pushes all the time or something like that. I think then it's very strong. And as you can see, like I died pretty quickly there. I did a lot of CC and I trapped them to make sure they died, but I did die pretty quickly, and that's just because like I only have one tank item. I'm like, I'm not really tanky, and as a Jarvan you sometimes forget that, I think. So that's why sometimes you go in and you die and you think what, but that's because like you're not really building that much tank. I went for a Warmock's armor, I see right now. I don't really know why. I guess because like Ezreal is building armor penetration and Pyke as well. But aren't they doing true damage, or is it only on League? I don't know. Well, I just wanted to be more tanky, and I think I didn't know what to build, so more armor or more health is always good. Like Warmock's armor gives you so much health, it also gives you a lot of sustain, so when you get into a fight and you walk out, you can heal back up. And like I said, Jarvan just wants to go for those fights where he 1v1s or 1v2s or something like that. So it's very easy to get to a lane, have a little fight, go back out, heal back up, and then go back in. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I was very proud of this build actually. Like I was playing this and I was like, whoa, this actually works, and this is pretty insane. And I didn't really know if it like, am I just that good, or is it the build or whatever? No, I don't know. But I think it does actually work. So again, just trap the Rengar. He can't go anywhere. Should be an easy Elder Dragon. And that's also just a very big mistake by the Rengar actually, to just walk somewhere where I am. So it was very easy for me to actually trap him and then kill him. So free Elder Dragon. They almost have no turrets left, so I think this should be game. I can't really quite remember this because like I played this a few weeks ago or something, I think. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just like it to play champions. Like Wild Rift, like I have this friend, right? This friend plays League of Legends, and he tells me about all these like weird builds and weird like metas and stuff like that. And I feel like Wild Rift is kind of boring sometimes. It's always the same thing. And now I'm seeing this weird ADC meta where I'm playing with like, I had a game yesterday where there were 3 ADCs on my team and 3 ADCs on the enemy team. Like that's just bullshit to me. Like ADC, I hate ADCs, and then when there's 3 on my team and I can handle that, but that's just stupid to me. But like these kind of things, like it's also quite fun, right? It also keeps the game a little fresh. It like inspires people to maybe play a little bit different or try something else, and not just see the same thing over and over again. So yeah, I'm all about trying stuff out. Same goes for the next champion. So next champion is Lilia, I believe. Lilia or something. She's like this AP bruiser kind of champion. And I'm definitely going to try and play her as a support. Because she has, I believe she has some kind of ball or something that slows, and she can also make people go to sleep. So seems like a very solid support champion by me. I'm just taking this Nexus and yeah, easy win. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments if you ever played something like this, or if you want to play something like this, and if you want to see more of these videos that yeah, where I just play something weird and it actually works. So I'm not trolling, I'm just playing something weird. So yeah, guys, thank you very much, and see you in the next one.